This is the Lance Whitaker Voice in Motion YouTube channel, home of comprehensive Caribbean horse racing coverage and more. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell.
This is Lance at the Track, covering top stories in the sport of kings. Ahead in this week's presentation, stories from Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, the USA, and Canada. This TNT-owned 4-year-old colt, trained by William Clark, flattens the final handicap field while underlining his status as the top-rated horse at the Garrison Savannah in Barbados, where Premise Ace Saturday's co-feature BTBA sprint for Jamaica-born trainer Andrew Nunes in another Caribbean combo success. Jockey Jaheim Anderson runs into trouble at the scales and is disqualified after this big win in Saturday's Poor Little Rich Girl main event at Jamaica's Caymanas Park. The Banks DIH Guyana Cup excitement climaxes with the US shipper Sandpipes dominating the rich 1-mile event at the Rising Sun Turf Club. Stakes trams for Barbadians in Canada, jockey Demario Bino celebrating his biggest career win in the Canadian Derby at Centromile. And at Woodbine, trainer Safid Joseph with a North American leading 43rd stakes win this season. And there's another big money win at Saratoga for Jamaican trainer Raymond Handel. Plus our weekly statistical update on Caribbean victories overseas, our opening story from Barbados. Saturday's most highly anticipated race, the final handicap to close the second season of racing at the Garrison Savannah. Only 5 entered for the 9 furlong run, but real quality here. All eyes on the favourite Bulldoze on a 3-race winning streak with Delano Lopez in the saddle for trainer William Clark. Sandilands Gold Cup winners in the field too, the Eddie Walcott trained Portfolio Company with Antonia Bishop riding, and Public Sector with Aaron Daniel up for trainer Remel Lovell. The 2024 Gold Cup winner Portfolio Company in the 1 box went off at 5-1 odds. Bulldoze, the even money favourite, in post position 2, shouldering top weight of 135 pounds, as does Public Sector, the 3-2 second favourite and reigning Gold Cup champion. Completing the field, War Beat at 5-1 in the 4 box and Deccan Prince at 4-1 in post position 5. For most of the trip, it was the Ireland-bred 5-year-old Deccan Prince out front via early splits of 25 1/5 for the opening quarter and 50 seconds for the half mile. Here's Rashawn Aline picking up the call mid-race.
It's Deccan Prince who's winging it. A come and get me trip here for Deccan Prince up the back stretch. He's now out to 8 lengths on top of Bulldoze. Getting closer is Public Sector. He's within a length of his nemesis. He's on the inside of Portfolio Company, and Warbeat is out at the back as they get over the top of the hill. This lead for Deccan Prince is evaporating rapidly. It's down to 2 as Delano Lopez starts to call on Bulldoze. Portfolio Company has overtaken Public Sector, who's in deep water, and Warbeat is the trailer with a 1/4 mile left to go, and Deccan Prince still to reel in. Here's Bulldoze. Portfolio Company on the inside is Public Sector's this swing to the judge, and Deccan Prince is dead game on the inside. He's gonna have to dig really deep to hold off Bulldoze as this swing to the judge, and Bulldoze puts his head in front. Deccan Prince is second. Public Sector trying to come on terms late, but he's too late as Bulldoze again is triumphant, and Bulldoze wins the final handicap from a brave Deccan Prince.
The 2020 Derby winning jockey Delano Lopez has never lost aboard Bulldoze, and he gets the job done efficiently here. Bred in Kentucky, USA, and formerly trained by American Hall of Famer Todd Pletcher. 4 wins in a row now for the 4-year-old colt Bulldoze, owned by Trinbagonian Betty Jean Ackham and trained by William Clark with Richard Jones as his groom, rating his stocks as the island's best horse with a current 140 rating. Bulldoze takes the final handicap by 2 lengths as the even money favourite ahead of Deccan Prince and Public Sector, stopping the clock for 9 furlongs at 1 minute 54.80 seconds. Saturday's co-feature at the Garrison, the BTBA sprint, run in memory of former Barbados Turf Club executive Francis Cozier. The morning line favourite, the superfilling Nostradasa, scratched. The 4-horse field, including the defending champion Paper Trail, and it's Neil Gill on commentary with a favourite Major Dan in front.
As he races towards the quarter pole, and still Major Dan in front. 25-4 for the opening fractions, and it is still Major Dan in front. On the outside, here comes Espresso. Coming through on the inside is Paper trail and closing ground on the outside. Here comes Premise as they come to the top of the lane. And it is Espresso who picks it up. Espresso goes on now. Here comes Premise swearing down the challenge. But it's Espresso who's drifting badly under pressure. But it's Premise who's still going to close on. Premise, oh, what a ride. Premise gets home to win the BTBA.
Premise completes back-to-back wins for apprentice rider Shaquille Bellamy and trainer Andrew Nunes, who co-owns the 5-year-old grey with John Patrick Drake and the Guyana-born Trevor Gunby and Rajendra Punai. Scoring at 3-1 odds by a length and a half over Espresso and the favourite Major Dan. Premise's winning time 1 minute 8 1/5 of a second. Nunes securing his 4th BTBA sprint win in 5 years, having scored with Domino's 3 years in a row from 2022 through to 2024. Meanwhile, rare drama at Jamaica's Caymanas Park on Saturday with the feature race winner Don Quessy disqualified over a weight discrepancy. The Poor Little Rich Girls 7.5 furlong main event honouring the 1991 Horse of the Year appeared to be a straightforward result, with a 4-year-old colt Don Quessy ridden by apprentice Jaheim Anderson scoring a gate-to-wire win by more than 10 lengths. But celebration of the colt's 4th win this season was short-lived as he was disqualified over a weight issue after the stewards ruled that jockey Anderson at the post-race weigh-in tipped the scales with his riding gear and all at 117 pounds, 2 pounds lighter than his pre-race documented weight of 119 pounds. This represents a breach of horse racing's Rule 217.2 that guards against horses gaining an unfair advantage by carrying less weight during a race than the weight allotted. The connections of Don Quessy have lodged an appeal against the steward's ruling. In the meantime, here are the revised results. 2,000 Guinness winner last year, Sensational Soul, the new winner for trainer Gary Sabrati and owner of the Success Farm, at 10-1 odds, ahead of the favourite Run Julie Run. The second race day in a row, apprentice Emilio McLean is aboard a trophy winner, following his none-such trophy victory aboard Pack Plays on the 15th of August. There is no sporting event in Guyana quite like the Banks DIH Guyana Cup, and over 8,000 fans were in attendance at last Sunday's historic edition at the Rising Sun Turf Club in West Coast Berbice. The 18th Guyana Cup was the richest ever, with a purse of $22.5 million Guyana dollars and the best ever field assembled for the 1-mile run. It closed a memorable 14-race card, and commentator John Rupert picks them up down the backstretch.
Santorini, that's the one in front. Racing in second spot there is Stat. Racing third now is Sandpipes, and Dataman is next in line. And then after Dataman is Mapa do Brazil. After that, we come back to Olympic Kremlin, Olympic National. And then at the back of the pack, I can find Frontline Warrior and Vitruvian as they go towards the far turn there. And it's Sandpipes now who has taken over the lead. Sandpipes in front. Santorini is back running in second. Dataman is in third spot, and that's the leading pack. Then Mapa do Brazil, they come to the top of the stretch, and it's Sandpipes out in front here with just 200 meters to the glory here. Santorini is back in second. Then comes Dataman. Running on from the back of the pack is Mapa do Brazil and Olympic National. But inside the final furlong, Sandpipes, and another one from Jumbo Jet. Sandpipes wins the Guyana Cup.
What a performance! Brazilian jock Jose da Silva celebrates the big race double with trainer Mr. Roberts, the pair having also teamed up to capture the Guyana Cup sprint in the previous race. 2 Guyana Cup victories in a row now for Da Silva, who scored with Dataman last year. Sandpipes, a 3-time winner in the USA, also boasting top 4 finishes in stakes races 5 times at Belmont and twice each at Monmouth Park and Fairgrounds. And winning owner Nasruddin Mohammed of Jumbo Jet Racing Stables is thankful the hurried acquisition and travel plans worked out in the end for the $107,000 event.
Just got it right on time. The horse only arrived last week, and we were just hoping for the best. But I do just want to thank everyone, all the supporters, the sponsors, the fans.
Fresh from his last race just 4.5 weeks earlier, a second place finish in an allowance optional claiming race at New York's Saratoga racetrack, Sandpipes owns the 2026 Guyana Cup, CARICOM's third richest horse race, chased by Am Sam and Santorini while scoring by 9 lengths, clocking 144.35 for the 1-mile trip. Aboard the Infinity Racing Stable's 7-year-old gelding Sir London, jockey Da Silva here on the outside had to work a lot harder for the US $35,000 Guyana Cup sprint win, fighting off Norbello as Sir London follows up his 8th place finish in the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup in March. to land the day's secondary feature. Not such a great day in the land of many waters for the Trinidad and Tobago champion jockey Dylan Kellewan. He had a fall in the Guyana Cup sprint, suffering a dislocated shoulder, and he will be out of action for a while. Meanwhile, the Jamaican trainer Raymond Handel celebrated his second stakes win inside a month at the prestigious Saratoga meet with his 3-year-old gelding Chummers. Competing in last Thursday's $150,000 Cab Calloway Stakes, Chummers had Dylan Davis in the blue and white silks aboard for the 1 mile event on turf. Chummers positioned in mid-pack for most of the trip. He's fourth here as a field, jostled for advantageous positions on the final bend.
Coming toward the top of the stretch, Mission at the Glen, Spirit of New York, a little at first, ranges up 3 wide. Jaxer in the turquoise cap will be widest of all. Just inside of him is Witstorm and Chummers, 1 furlong left, a little at first, comes to take the lead. Chummers is closing in, taking second, and on the outside, Jaxer third, a little at first, a length and a half. Here comes Chummers, and Chummers will run him down to take the Cab Calloway.
A perfectly timed ride by Dylan Davis, who was twice New York's leading jockey. Textbook balance and smooth synergy between horse and rider to top Javier Castellano's mount, the favorite a little at first. Upset winner of the Rick Violet Stakes at Saratoga in late July. Chummers by a neck now in the Cab Calloway. As a 3-1 bet, the 8-5 favorite a little at first. Second, the winning time for a mile on turf, 136.60, as trainer Handel closes a double on the card. Barbadian jockey Demario Bino has put some more sugar on his resume. Already a champion jockey in Canada, the 34-year-old captured last Saturday's Canadian Derby at Century Mile in Alberta to record the biggest win of his career. Aboard the 9-1 shot Quarry, Bino had some traffic problems early, but keep an eye on him here in the yellow silks on the outside as he begins to motor toward the leaders from 5th spot.
It's still DeBrus to the fight turn. Gethsemane moving up outside. Quarry's coming on with a good stride. 1:11.3. Trying to line up his Big Curl. Helio nowhere to go. And Magic strikes again, but it's Quarry 4 high at the top of the lane. Down the stretch. 1:38.3 for Quarry. Strikes the lead. From the back, Big Curl's coming on. Has Quarry to catch. Quarry's in front too. Big Curl an all-out drive. 8 to go. Quarry up the inside late. Gethsemane. Quarry needs the line. Big Curl. Quarry drifting. And Quarry will win the 97 Canadian Derby.
Runner-up in the Manitoba Derby earlier this month, the Jerry Gorno-trained Quarry gets a super ride from Bino to secure the victory. His more than 800-mile trip from Winnipeg, where he is reigning champion jockey at Assiniboia Downs, fully worth it. Bino joins a long list of Caribbean riders to win the Canadian Derby and made the execution sound easy in his post-race interview.
I was off to a good start, get shuffled back in the first turn, so I just waited and waited. Watched the horse that won the Derby over by us and just stalk him the whole way and just take over from there.
Bino becomes the 3rd Barbadian in 5 years to ride the $200,000 Canadian Derby winner after Rika Walcott in 2022 and Rashid Hughes last year. Quarry at 9-1 beat 7-1 bet Big Curl by a half length. The winning time for 10 furlongs, 2 minutes 6.94. Bino's Derby win closed off a bumper weekend for Caribbean jockeys at Century Mile. Reigning champion jockey there, Jamaica's Dane Nelson, who actually had 4 weekend wins, started the ball rolling with a victory in Friday's $50,000 Canadian Juvenile Stakes. And the stakes got even bigger on Saturday's Derby Day. $100,000 victories for Nelson in the Centric Casino Oaks, and Trinidad and Tobago's Brian Boodram Singh in the Speed to Spare Stakes, and TNT's Kimal Santo aced the Northlands this stop at $75,000 before Bino topped them all with his richest ever victory in the $200,000 Derby. Barbadian Safi Joseph Jr. and American 2-time Eclipse Award-winning trainer Brad Cox are the stakes-winning leaders in North American racing this year, with 43 wins each. Safi's latest coming last weekend at Canada's Woodbine. Safi Joseph's 6-horse Reagan's Flame was a heavy favorite for the $150,000 Seaway Stakes. Lying second here behind the threatening second favorite Uphill Dance, Edgar Zass in the Green Silks knew it was time to get a move on.
Uphill Dance, a length in front. Reagan's Flame in second. 3 to quadruple as they turn. Scat Girl a long last. Reagan's Flame's working hard here. Uphill Dance still in front. Now Reagan's Flame ranges up alongside. They're 5 clear a quadruple. And Reagan's Flame has got the lead. Uphill Dance has put on a game show, but it's Reagan's Flame coming away and will win the Seaway Stakes leisurely in the final 16th of a mile. Congrats to the winner, Reagan's Flame, much the best.
Reagan's Flame by 3 1/4 lengths as the 2 to 5 favourite, topping Uphill Dance and clocking 122.64 for the 7 furlong run. Another strong week this for Sappy, who had a total of 8 wins, also scoring at Colonial Downs, Saratoga and Gulfstream Park, where he won 4 races. Our weekly tally now of Caribbean wins in the USA and Canada before we go. I've counted in the past cycle 99 victories. Leading the way, the Barbadian jockey Rashid Hughes with 4 wins at Gulfstream Park. 3 wins at Thistledown for Barbadian jockey Rocco the Jocko Boyne. 3 wins too at Emerald Downs for St. Croix native Kevin Krieger. Caribbean jockeys won 20 of the 21 races at Assiniboia Downs this week. Starring roles for Jamaican jockey Javanil Patterson, who had a stakes win, and TNT's Karen Kellowan with a Tuesday 4-timer among 6 wins this week. And at Grand Prairie, the veteran Trevor Simpson won a stakes race, and fellow Jamaican Andre Powell led all riders with 4 victories. This is Lance at the Track, covering top stories and exciting races in the sport of kings. Remember to like, share, and click the subscribe button for this channel. And check us out again next week. Daniel Sub-Zero, Adrian Taylor, this groom of Supreme Soul, 2019 Triple Crown winner. Yes. Yeah, I remember you were in Canada for a while, right? And you had connected with a lot of Caribbean people up there. Assiniboia Downs. You don't miss being over there?
Yeah, man, I miss there, man. Nice place, man. Yeah, nice place, and nice place to chill.
I did link up with a lot of Caribbean people. I know you, Devon Gittins, who doing well now as a trainer, Stephen Gaskin, the Barbadians, doing well there. But you remember working out, connected with them people?
Yeah, man, we still keep contact and things. Stephen Gatlin, Rocco Bowen, even with the jacket, the Jamaican jacket, Tyrone Nelson, Chavi and Chow, and them thing there.
Yeah.
Well, I was there.
Good experience.
Yeah, man, good experience, man.
Yeah.
Good experience, man. We love there, man.
Yeah.
Jamaica and them there, one up.
This is the Lance Whitaker Voice in Motion YouTube channel, home of comprehensive Caribbean horse racing coverage and more. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell.